So far, you've used only automatically generated pages to log in and register accounts. By using the controls from the Login category of the toolbox, you can easily add these features to pages of your own. To begin, open the My Membership sample file from your Sample Files folder. Now add a new page named mylogin.aspx. You first did this in Lesson 1.7. Now open your new page in Design View. Next, we are going to add a login control to the page. To do this, simply drag the login control from the toolbox onto the page. You'll find it under the Login category. Now set the ID of the new login control to Login My Page. Next, we are going to make the login control redirect when the user logs in successfully. The login control would already allow a user to log in without any problems. But since there are no links on this page, it would be better if it redirected the user to another page after they log in. Fortunately, it's very easy to do so using the Logged In event. Add a Logged In event handler to the Login My Page control. You first added event handlers to controls in Lesson 3.2. Next, add the following code to the new event handler: response.redirect default.aspx. We'll now test the new login control. View the page in your browser. Now enter the login details of the user you created earlier, but deliberately get the password wrong. Now click Login. As you can see, an error message is displayed. You entered the wrong password and weren't able to log in, so the Logged In event didn't fire. You could customize the error message by changing the Failure Text property of the login control. Now enter the correct login details This time, you are logged in successfully and sent to the default.aspx page by the code you added. If you look in the top right corner of the page, you'll see confirmation that you are logged in. Close your web browser now. You'll often want to make a login page available from many pages on your website. When this is the case, you'll often want your user to return to the previous page after logging in. You can do this by calling your login page with a return URL query string value. For example, mylogin.aspx return URL equals about.aspx. This code would return the user to about.aspx after logging in. You can use this technique with any page that contains a login control. You learned about query strings in Lesson 3.11. Note that as well as using the login control, you can use the system.web.security namespace of the .NET library to log in using C#. Assuming your username and password were in text boxes called textbox username and textbox password, you could use the code system.web.security.membership.validateUser textbox username.text textbox password.text. This method logs the user in if the username and password are correct. Close Visual Studio now. You've now completed Lesson 9.4. Use the login control.